Hello, Dr. Martinez here. We're going to do another Retract-a-Band exercise. I have this really cool new colorful Retract-a-Band for you today. We're going to do the whole exercise program lying down, laying our body down on the floor. And I think it'd be, a better way. People can do it in bed, they can do it, on the floor, on the mat as I have. And I think you're going to get a good workout, mostly for arms today and for core, of course. We never leave out the core. Here is the cool new Retract-a-Band, right? It's red, white, and blue to support our national teams. So, the Olympics are coming up, and so we want to support those teams. Red, white, blue, go red, white, and blue. So we have the white locking mechanisms, the red band, and of course, those blue handles. So let's get to it right away. So I have my mat here. I have a pillow, which I love, and I want to do, as you know me, a little bit of a warm-up beforehand, not much, and then we're going to get into arm exercises all on the floor. Okay, here we go. All right, so put this aside for a bit. You can rest it on your stomach if you want. And you just want to do, some arm stuff just to warm up. I'm just sort of punching the ceiling, very simple. Good. Maybe 10, 15 of those. You can do some of these. Warm-ups, remember, are really key, right? They're very important because they decrease your risk of injury. They warm the body up so it's ready for an exercise. And we've discussed before that stretching can be done before or after an exercise program. Remember, I told you I always believed you should stretch before, but when I went to physical therapy school, we realized you can stretch afterwards as well. You can do these. These are mostly for shoulders. Of course, you can do elbows. Alternate. Again, just warming up. You can get your legs in if you want, side to side, right? You can march. And so legs we're going to do in another video, but today we're going to do arms on the floor. Of course, you can do these. Not too fast. It's a warm-up. Of course, you can do these. Rotations, shoulders, wrists, waving at somebody. Here, you can move your legs with it. Starting to feel warmer, are you? And you can do turns, but not too far, right? It's a warm-up. Remember, we're not trying to stretch right now. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good. Hope you are too. So we're going to get into our first Retract-a-Band exercise. There are about 14 exercises today, maybe 15, and I think you're going to really like it. Red, white, and blue, we're going to train like our athletes. Okay, so if you lie supine, supine means your legs are straight. If you have back problems, then you should be in hook line. This is hook line, your legs up, flattens the back if you have any back problems. Supine will be this way and your back arches a little bit. Some people like that better. Make sure you don't injure yourself. So wrists are simple. You keep that band a little tight, lock it, and then just move the wrists. See how I'm just moving the wrists? Right? I even have my thumbs here underneath and I'm just moving the wrists. I'm not pulling the arms. I'm not moving the elbows, just the wrists. Good. Relax your head. You see my pillow just because my neck hurts a little bit. And you can do, let's do 20 of those. Good. Okay, I'm going to open up the locking mechanism. Just pop it open. Increase the length a little bit. Snap it shut. Open up the other side. Line up the hole. Increase the length. snap it shut. And this time I'm going to bring my leg up and I'm going to put the band around the arch of my foot. Okay, I'm going to keep straighten my leg out like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my leg up like this, turn my palms down, and now I'm going to just pull my knuckles up towards myself. Look at the movement. I'm not bending my elbow. I'm not shrugging my shoulders. I'm just extending. This is called extension of my wrists. This is going to exercise the back of your forearms. Good. And you can do about 20 of those. You get a little bit of stretch in your leg. You can bring it down lower if you'd like and do it here. Just rest your neck. Right, we did that earlier with the one up, but you can turn them over. Now palms up and curl. Your fingers go into the band a little bit. You can bring it up if you'd like. You can even switch feet if you'd like. This is called wrist flexion. Elbows don't bend. A lot of people make the mistake and do this. We're not there yet. Flexion. 20 of those, 25. Okay, then you can sit up and you can use the band to kind of sit you up, right? So that really sort of helps a little bit. So you've got wrist extension, which was this way, and then we did it on the foot, and wrist flexion, which was this way. Good for your forearms, really good for your forearms, right? Okay, so now in that same position with your leg up or lower, you can change legs if you'd like. So I'm going to change legs. Get a little stretch, inadvertently with that. You can have the other leg flat or the other leg bent in a hook grind position. Your leg goes straight up, and now with your palms up, you can do bicep curls. Now I made my band very tight, so these are tough. Good. Remember, if you have fingernails that are tight, be careful with the band. You could cut the band. Some people like to do them like this. Good. Gets a different set of muscles. Good. And you notice my elbows are tucked into my body. They're not flailing out to the side. So they're tucked in. You could do them with thumbs up, bicep curls. Now, if you need to bring that foot down, bring the foot down. Good. I'm going to come back up. That was tough. I kept my band tight. Of course, if it's too tough, you can change the band, right? So don't forget, that's the beauty of Retract-a-Band. You can make it tougher, right, by shortening it, or you can make it a little bit easier by lengthening it, and you always have those handles. A lot of people are asking me, do you have different colors? Unnecessary, right? If we need it tougher, we pop it out and it just slides in. There it goes, slides in like this. Now it's much tougher, right? So it eliminated the need for different colored bands, and you always have handles, which is great. Okay, so now we did sort of elbow flexion. Therapists like to think of it at joints, right? So we can go into a horizontal abduction, we think of. So I'm going to pull that band out a little bit tight, longer again, snap it, take this side a little longer. Good, I'm going to use my leg again, right? So I'm going to switch back to the right leg, put it around there. You can sort of see what I'm doing. It doesn't matter if the band's twisted a little bit. Leg up, and now with a straight elbow, pull the arms out to the side. Good, that feels good. Great. If your leg gets tired or you feel too much of a stretch, you can bend your knee a little bit. Boy, those handles are great. Good. Okay, so you can sit right back up, right? And that was really good for horizontal. I'm going to switch legs again so you can see that you switch legs. My feet might be out of the picture here, but you can see I can wiggle my rear end back a little bit. Okay, I switch legs and I have it around my foot. Now you can lay your body back down again if you want and do this one, or you can sort of sit straight up. That's called a long sit for us. And you just do rows. You just pull your elbows right next to your body. You slide it by your body like this. Notice I've got those handles. Red, white, and blue. Good. And you're going to do a number of sets of these. Now, you're also getting some exercise in your hips by sitting straight up and your core. I'm going to show you how to do it laying your body down. Good. We call these rows. So that's a nice way to do it. You can lay your body down, leg up, or down like this and do this. Not quite as effective, but pretty good. And then the second exercise, right? I'm going to switch legs, bring this around, bring my other leg up. Remember, the band can be twisted, it's okay. And here we go. And now, I turn my palms down and I pull my elbows out. I like to say like chicken wings. I'm not sure the chicken wings are like this, but I like to say it. These are called mid-trap rows. The first one that we did was for your latissimus dorsi muscle and a little elbow flexion, a little bicep. And this one gets a little bicep, and this is mid-trap rows because once you popped your elbows up, it changed muscle. Good. Remember, we're doing sets of, do multiple sets of 10, 12, 15, or you could do one long set of 20, 25, 30. Good, that's a good workout. Okay, so I'm back up to long sit. What happened is I allowed the band to kind of pull me up. It sort of a little helps. I'm getting a little bit of exercise in my core by sitting straight up like this. And then what you can do is you can do what we call core leans, right? This is a fun one. I like this one. It's a little tough, but we can do it. I'm going to bring my legs up, loop the band up, and I'm going to tighten mine a little bit, but you all determine what's best for you. So I'm going to open it up, pop it open, slide it in, and that's probably the length that I want. I'm going to put this band around both feet, okay? So at the same time, and you're going to do what we call leans, right? So both feet and lean back. So I'm going to put it around there. I'm going to straighten my knees so the legs straight, and that's pretty tight. I like it tight on this one because it helps. You notice I got my elbows tucked into my side. You can have them, the stomach, and you can have them to the side. And I like them tucked here. And then what you're going to do with a nice straight back, right? If it hurts your back, you can round it a little bit or arch it, whatever feels best to you. Everybody's back's a little bit different. And then what you can do is as you lean back, you can lift up those legs and you can either hold it in a Pilates-like position. Ooh, that is tough on those abs and that back, right? I can feel it in my legs, right? My arms are getting a little bit of exercise here. And some people like to go up and down. So they go like this, they lean. Again, if your back hurts, tuck your chin down or arch your back, whatever feels best to you. Good, you can hold it for a period of time. I'm holding my, I can feel those abs work. And down, and then up. Or hold it the whole time like they do in Pilates. Pilates is great for you. Pilates is just like this. Retract-a-Band Pilates, there's a thought. Whoa. Good core exercise. Feel it in the legs, feel it in the arms. I love that one. I can really feel that one. Okay, so you're in a long sit position, right? We're going to stay there. What you can do is you can get shoulder exercise in this position. We're going to try it with the length of band that I have here. It could be a little tough for me. So I'm nice and tall, and with the straight elbows, you pull your arms out to the side, right? Good, just like this. Right, you're pulling out to the side, straight elbows, that's shoulders. Notice I can't get too high. There is a muscle that initiates this movement right at the beginning, a rotator cuff muscle. The name of that muscle is supraspinatus. Feels good. Okay, I'm going to adjust the band because that was a little tight for me. I'm going to bring my legs in, pull this back out. See how I kind of rest myself up here, gives me a little break. Pop open the locking mechanism, let it slide back in. That's pretty far, you can see where the logo is. Pop open this one, I'm going to slide it back in just to sort of reset. Okay, and then I'm going to make it a little bit longer on each side because I think I need that. So I'm going to pull it out, snap it shut, pop that one open. Notice I come over with my other finger. I kind of like to do that, right? I pull it open, woo, that's long. Snap it shut by squeezing. I'm going to put it back around the bottom of both feet, and then I'm going to lay my body down in a supine position, that's what we call that, and we're going to sort of pull the arms out to the side again. So I'm going to lay down like this, flat, and I'm going to bring the arms straight out. That is a true shoulder abduction. Good workout. Some of you are going to be strong. You're going to be able to get higher. Just keep it close to the ground when you do that. Any pain, you stay below the pain. Good. Same thing. You guys can do lots of sets and reps of these, but no pain in your shoulder. We want to avoid that. That feels good. Hard. Challenging, I should say. Good, okay. So we're going to slip that Retract-a-Band underneath the legs. You just lift your heels a little bit, let it slide underneath, and now it's basically at sort of the back of my knees or just slightly on my calves. We're going to stay in that supine position, so I'm going to lie back down, and you're going to keep your elbows straight on this. This is called shoulder flexion, and you're going to bring your arms straight up towards the ceiling, pulling the band on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to lay my body down. The band went up a little bit to my thighs, and then straight arms. Good, holding that band. Now your palms can be down, that's okay. Or thumbs up, or palms up. I like the palms down, the nails don't go into the band. Front of your shoulders. If you go out to the sides a little bit, you're going to get a little bit of the deltoid, the front deltoid. But I like to stay pure and go right in front of my chest. Woo! I can really feel those, right? Maybe my band is a little tight, but I like the workout, so it gives me a good challenge. All right, that's shoulder flexion. We're going to go back to hook line, but the band is underneath our legs right now. So, you know, what you can do is just put your hands down and scoot your rear end up a little bit and let the band go underneath your back. So I'm going to scoot this way a little bit. Now it's underneath my back, and I'm going to lay my body down on top of the band. Okay, so I'm down here. All right, and now I've got a good anchor with my body. So I went into hook line position. You see this? Some people like that. Others, you're going to like it to be supine with a little bit of arch in your back. So from here, you can sort of push up and do what they call bench press, right? Bring those handles closer together. I think I told you I like this better because it's better for my back. Hook line. Bench presses. Good for your chest, pectoralis major muscle, right? That's gonna really help a lot. And your triceps. Mine's a little loose, so you can actually adjust it, not in mid-exercise. You don't want it taut when you're adjusting, but now I've got it rest. I can reach over, pop over one of those locking mechanisms, slide it out, or slide it back. In my case, I want to slide it back a little bit. Snap it shut. I could do it the other side too. This is going to be a little hard, so I'm going to slide it down just a little bit. Okay, ready? This is harder for me. Good. It feels more of a challenge. Notice how my elbows are out a little bit. That's a good way to do your bench presses, so they're winged out a little bit here. You straighten those elbows. Okay, I'm going to give you an exercise most people don't know about, right? It's called shoulder protraction, right? What you want to do is you want to push your elbows all the way up to the top of that last exercise, and that's where you start this next exercise. So you go all the way up. This is the starting position. From here, you punch the ceiling. If you notice, my elbows don't bend. The movement is coming from my shoulder blades. They're coming around my back and reaching forward. The athlete that has the most prominent of these muscles, which is called the serratus anterior, are boxers, because boxers punch. So it's punching the ceiling. Good. It feels good. Most people don't know about that exercise. Muscles right here, right on each side. And if you ever watch boxers, you can see that, you know, these women have these serrated muscles right here, right? And well, men too. And you can see that they're prominent because they do a lot of punching. So serratus anterior, really, really good one for, you know, that scapula on both sides. So I like to show people that because they don't see it very often. As we're moving the band still behind us, sort of up the body, you can bring it so that it's sort of behind your neck. I sort of get it around my shoulders, and again, it doesn't matter that it rolls up as long as you have the handles. If it's uncomfortable for you, when it's not taut, you can sort of switch like this. But make sure you have your fingers on the locking mechanisms. I made sure that there are little divots there to show where your fingers go, just as a visual. And you can do this in, long sitting. You tuck your elbows into your body, right? They're bent. You have a nice tight band, and all you have to do is just straighten your elbows. Triceps. Of course, you can do this with your body laying down flat. So I'm going to lie my body down. Supine position. Now I goes up toward the ceiling. If your back doesn't like that position, then watch my legs. You can go into hook line. And if you need it tighter, you adjust the band, let it slide in, lock it, make it tighter. Great, we got a ton of those in there. Now, there is something you should know. Notice I whipped it around the back, my back got my collar here a little bit, is that the band will not go inside if it is twisted. So when you make the adjustment, go ahead and sort of untwist it. I got mine caught a little bit, no big deal. You open it up, pull it out a little bit, and then it'll reset itself. Good. This side got a little twisted too, no big deal. Pull it out a little bit, let it reset itself. Okay, easy. So those are really fun to do. Now, in hook line, you can also do an overhead shoulder adduction, right? Reaching your arms way above. I'm going to scooch a little bit so you can see this, right? And back down again. I like my hook line position. pillow's a little in the way, get that out. Arms above your head, close to the floor, and then straight elbows, right? You want to pull away from each other. Good. When you have your arms above your head, this is called shoulder adduction, because your arms are technically coming down. If you really get strong, I like to anchor it to my head like this, and then keep your arms close to the floor as you come down, as you anchor to your head. Good. Okay, try not to get mixed up, because if you bring your arms here and you pull them across, which is a great exercise, straight elbows, that is not shoulder adduction. That is what we call shoulder abduction, just because when you changed your arms, you changed the muscle that uses to do this movement. People get mixed up with that. Good, it is called a horizontal shoulder abduction. So, good, we're getting up there on reps. This is probably why I love being a physical therapist, is that a simple change from here to here seems like the same movement, different muscles, right? The body is fascinated how it makes that adjustment for you. Okay, so that's a really good one. Let me show you another simple one in this position. I'm going to move my pillow because my neck, needs a little bit of support. You notice I'm in hook line still. So I'm going to bring the pillow, where is that? Over here. Gives me a little bit of support, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an exercise that you can do that's for your rotator cuff, one of the muscles, or two of the muscles, infraspinatus and teres minor. Needs to be a little shorter for me, but it could be longer for you. Again, pop it open, let it slide in. That's about right. I'm going to squeeze it, hear that snap. Bring it down, and your elbows are on the floor right next to your side, and your palms are facing you. Okay, hold on nice and tightly and keep them on the floor. Don't let them move on the floor. What you're going to do is you're going to pull the handles away from each other, so it's like a little lever at your elbow. Elbows are 90 degrees flexed. So then you do this. Good, feels really good. Now my back is arching a little bit, so I'm going to tighten my stomach and keep it flat. Again, some people like their back slightly arched, so tighten your stomach but keep it a little arched. Either way, you tighten those core muscles, stomach and back, and you get a lot of repetition of this. Try not to overdo this one, otherwise you'll get a little soreness in the back of your shoulder. Mine are starting to get a little tired. Good. As you can tell, I love exercise, right? So I love physical therapy. I love the concept of understanding the muscles and what to do, and it really keeps me balanced, so I want to keep that balance for you. Using the Retract-a-Band, it is a game changer. I know I keep saying that, but it's just, having those handles always. We have handles with the other band, but then you have to let go and grab the band, and that's just not ideal. So it's really nice to have those handles. Okay, last one of the day. You're going to love it. A bridge, but we'll bridge with resistance. So I need a little bit more length. Pop it open, pull it out just a little bit. Maybe a little bit more on this side. So I'm going to pop it open, pull it out. See, we're getting really good and easy at this. Go ahead and lie back down in the hook line position, so feet flat. Put the band around your waist, hold it down with both hands on the floor. Squeeze those handles and hold them on the floor. Don't let them come off the floor. Then you have a bridge against resistance, right? So it's not just a normal bridge. You actually have to pull the band. If you want more of a challenge, you tighten the band. That's the beauty. If it's too hard, you loosen the band. Remember, if you have back pain and you like your back flat on the floor, then lift your rear end first. See what I did? I lifted my rear end first and then do a bridge not too high. If your back feels good with a little bit of a natural arch, then you can just come straight up from the back like that. You could do lots of these. It involves your gluteus maximus. It involves your quadriceps. Right? Your core is getting good work. So, I mean, you could do sets of 20, 15, 20, even just sets of 10, but do a lot of them. You could do up to, 30, 40, 50 of these. You're fine. Right? If it hurts your back, then do sets of 5 and then just do a couple sets. Okay, let me show you the ones that I like again. You lift your rear end first. That flattens your back, and then you can go up but not too high. I have the band around my waist, so it's nice and tight. Some people do pulses. They come up and then they pulse while they're up there. That's always wonderful. I like the range of motion. Or both. Okay, that's a good workout. There are, of course, many exercises that you can do, but this is a good upper body workout. Always do the core. Good time to stretch. So if you have a stretch routine, let's get into it now. I'm not going to do that with you, but you guys know what to do. Let's, put this back together so we can really store it well. Slides in just like that. Snap it shut, open it up, slides in just like that. Don't forget about the cool magnets on the back. You just pop them together just like that. Stick it in your pocket, in your gym bag, wherever, right? This was a great upper body workout with Retract-a-Band that you can do laying your body down on the ground in various positions. I think you're really gonna have benefit from this. Go check this out, especially red, white, and blue. Come on, let's support our national teams. Go get one online. Let's start our workouts. I got a whole bunch now that are on YouTube, and I want you to start doing them. Okay, Dr. Martinez out. Remember, how do you reach your fitness goals? Retract-a-Band. Bye.